A lot of people think architecture falls under the umbrella of engineering.
People know what is engineering.
तो आपने गवर्नमेंट लेवल में भी बहुत काम किया है.
पहाड़ी में जाके कोरापुट वगैरह में वो पूरा केस जो कि नॉर्मल वहाँ के लोग भी नहीं जानते थे. हम लोग नक्सलाइट्स को पकड़ के जाते थे. For the best landscaping in 2010 I got the national award.
So आपका भुवनेश्वर को लेके what's your favorite memory?
You talk of the roads, you talk of the greenery, you talk of the heritage. It's called the temple city.
Yeah.
We are very proud to have it. कोई भी कहाँ पे काम करे, बैंगलोर में, बाहर में, यूएस में, सबको एक फ्लैट यहाँ पे रखेंगे, भुवनेश्वर में घर रहेगा सबका. ओडिशा में सब कुछ है. आपको बीच के लिए कहीं जाना नहीं पड़ेगा, नेचर के लिए नहीं जाना पड़ेगा, वर्नाकुलर आर्किटेक्चर, ट्राइबल ये चीज देखने के लिए भी कहीं जाना नहीं, सब कुछ यहाँ पे है.
How architecture actually teaches people about the past, the culture?
I would suggest you, we always have this Adivasi Mela from 26th January. It remains for 10 or 15 days. You must go and have an experience of, they built the houses in 4-5 days.
Welcome to Ars Veda, a podcast that delves into the captivating world of art, architecture and culture. I am your host Anusha Bhattacharya, and today we have a very special guest with us, a brilliant architect and academician, architect Swopnadutta Mohanty. She's been recently appointed as a representative of the Eastern Zone and the Council of Architecture, another milestone to her already excellent career. It's a privilege to have you with us, ma'am.
Nice to have you too.
So I would love to start the episode. Awareness in the field of architecture, interior design, and in fact any other creative field is quite lacking in, our country, I think. We've always more inclined towards conventional careers, like let's say becoming a doctor or an engineer. In fact, even now, a lot of people think architecture falls under the umbrella of engineering, right? And I think you've also faced that, or, the pronunciation, architecture, architect. Are you into architect? Are you an architecture? So I think as an architect, as someone who's been in the field for so long and who's also been a very brilliant academician, how do you think we can actually expose people to this field or any creative field for that matter? How do we create that awareness?
The era or the decade when we entered architecture, there was no awareness as such. And I remember while traveling by bus, I used to go Cuttack, Delhi. It was like up and down. I was a student of PMCA, and then the bus people used to ask, like we were holding these T-squares and roll packs, so people would be asking, what are all this, what are you studying? So we would be naming, no, it is architecture. Then people would ask, oh, is it agriculture? It's a part of agriculture, right? Kind of. Then we used to make them understand so many things. No, it is a part of engineering actually, because people know what is engineering.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
Always, yeah, makes it easier. And okay, so it is a part of engineering. So why you have 5 years then?
Yeah.
If it is a part of engineering. So a lot of explanations we used to give there. But now things have changed drastically. People are aware of, at least I would say 50-60% of the public, they are aware of what is architecture, the difference between architecture and engineering, and with so much of creative lines and so much of booming infrastructure and all, and the growth of the cities and the towns and the urban planning booming too much, and with the craze of these interiors and all. So people are now, they tend to know about our profession.
Okay.
And even nowadays, you must be finding that all this, even a layman who builds a house, they want to do a decent interior.
Yeah.
They start with the cupboard and kitchen. Whereas in those days, people normally they bring cupboards or they purchase almirahs and steel almirahs and all.
Yeah.
So the trend is developing, and I am getting many phone calls from my relatives, my friends, my acquaintances about their kids getting admitted into architecture and what are the prospects and all. And for that also, Council of Architecture is taking a lot of initiatives to making the people aware of it. Even Indian Institute of Architects, they are also making a lot of awareness through promotional videos and all. And we also from IIA Odisha Chapter, we had hosted this career awareness programs, career on architecture and its prospects in 10+2 schools.
Okay.
That is, yeah.
And that's actually a very good initiative.
Awareness program was conducted in many schools of this +2 schools, where the students, we made them aware. We showed them nice presentations. What is architecture like? What are the prospects? So how interesting the architecture is, the profession is.
Yeah.
So that, like, the students were very excited. They really were not aware of these things.
Exactly.
They were very excited. And my colleagues who visited the schools, they confronted a lot of questions and all queries. So overall, it was a nice exposure. And I think this should be the continuous process, like making the students, the parents aware on the profession.
Yeah.
Because as you told, many are lacking. The thing is lacking that what are the prospects. They normally compare it with the other professions. First of all, they compare with the salary structure and all. Let me say, it is the freshers in architecture, they are no way less than the freshers in software or other technical or professional courses. So it is at par only. So no. The students, the public, the parents, they need to be made aware of this.
Yeah, that is true. Okay.
And architecture is so interesting. Like we need to let the students know that, see, being an architect and you as an architect, you must be knowing that when you do projects, it's very interesting. We get to know about many things. We need to know for the design.
Yeah.
And it's not like the monotonousness of like other professions. It is when you design a school, you get to know so many things about the education system. Or when you design a hospital, you get to know about so many things, the medical the medical constraints, the diagnostics, even the pharmaceuticals, the waste management system, everything. Even the different branches of medicine also, which we normally people don't know.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
So yeah,
This is a thing which needs to spread in the community.
Very less monotonous compared to a lot of fields is what I feel. Any
Very
creative
interesting,
field is
very
very less monotonous. तो आपने गवर्नमेंट लेवल में भी बहुत काम किया है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल द कलिंगा कानन वे यू वर्कड फॉर, और द म्यूरल्स दैट वी सी ऑन द वॉल्स एंड इट लुक्स ब्यूटिफुल. मतलब, and plus at the same time I think it also promotes the artists in every way possible, and it also makes the city look amazing, to be very honest. So could you elaborate on these kind of projects, a few projects that you've done, and what you faced in terms of problems at both the government level and even at a city level, especially when you're first introducing these ideas? So what are the problems you faced and the solutions you've come up with?
I'll tell you, during those times when we were doing government projects, very less architects were involved in the government projects. It was a misconception that government में ज़्यादा काम नहीं होता है, मतलब इतना काम नहीं होता है और तुम्हारा डिज़ाइन जो देते हो वो इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं होता है. तो बहुत सारा मिसकॉन्सेप्शंस था. एनीवेज, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग भी थे. जैसे कि हम टूरिज्म डिपार्टमेंट के कंसल्टेंट्स थे. लाइक 4-5 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में पूरा जितने टूरिज्म डेवलपमेंट हो रहा था हम लोग करते थे. मैंने OTDC में शायद 7-8 एम्पैनल्ड फर्म से हम लोग थे. सो आई वॉज अ पार्ट ऑफ नेस्टर्स देन. आई वॉज वर्किंग इन नेस्टर्स एंड बहुत अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी था, बहुत अच्छे जगह में काम करने के लिए. तो बालेश्वर में जाके नॉर्थ ईस्ट में बीचेस वगैरह में जो वाटर फ्रंट डेवलपमेंट्स बहुत किए हम लोग, और पहाड़ी में जाके कोरापुट वगैरह में वो पूरा केव्स जो कि नॉर्मल वहाँ के लोग भी नहीं जानते थे, हम लोग नक्सलाइट्स को पकड़ के जाते थे. हाँ, तो इट यूज्ड टू बी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. हाँ, बहुत एडवेंचरस. और जहाँ पे कुछ मतलब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ही नहीं था, रोड्स वगैरह नहीं था, चल के पूरा गुफा में ट्रैकिंग करके हम लोग जाते थे. वहाँ पे क्या डेवलपमेंट हो सकता है, प्रपोजल्स देते थे. टूरिज्म में बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग था क्योंकि. तो फिर और ये वाटर डेवलपमेंट जो प्रोजेक्ट्स थे, वाटर फ्रंट डेवलपमेंट्स एंड ऑल, चिलिका, ताम्पेरा, ऑल द बीचेस एंड ऑल, दोज वर ऑल्सो वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. लाइक वर्ल्ड बैंक के साथ हम लोग काम किए. फिर वर्ल्ड बैंक का जो प्रेजेंटेशन जैसे होते थे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग। वहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, 14 एक ICZMP प्रोजेक्ट हम कर रहे थे, इंटीग्रेटेड कोस्टल जोन मैनेजमेंट प्रोजेक्ट। उसमें 14 डिपार्टमेंट्स काम करते थे, लाइक गवर्नमेंट का 14 डिपार्टमेंट्स। सो जब मीटिंग्स और प्रेजेंटेशंस होते थे तो वो पूरा इट्स लाइक सब गवर्नमेंट ये से ऑफिस से आते थे। तो इट इज़ लाइक इट वाज अ होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट काइंड ऑफ थिंग, नॉर्मली विच डोंट हैपन। यहाँ पे भी जब प्लानिंग होता है, अर्बन प्लानिंग कुछ भी देखिए, इट इज़ नॉट होलिस्टिक, लाइक वी डू इट सेपरेटली। बट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम दैट इंटीग्रेटेड कोस्टल जोन मैनेजमेंट फ्रॉम दैट Dhamra to Gopalpur, the first stretch was a pilot project for the government which was funded by the World Bank, and they had aimed it to be a holistic project, which unfortunately could not happen. I think 50 to 60% target was achieved, but it could not happen. The whole concept could not be implemented. But it was a very good initiative on the part of the government for that. एंड सो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है। और गवर्नमेंट के साथ ये जो, और हमको फिर वो जो टूरिज़्म के साथ काम करते इतना एक्सपीरियंस हो के फिर BMC का भुवनेश्वर म्यूनसिपल कॉरपोरेशन के उस टाइम पे थे मैडम अपराजिता सड़ंगी कमिश्नर थे। तो उस टाइम पे हमको बुला के वो डिज़ाइंस की कि यू हैव डेवलप्ड सो मच टूरिज़्म थिंग्स एंड नाउ वी वुड लाइक यू टू हैव सम ऑफ योर इनपुट्स ऑन भुवनेश्वर ब्यूटिफिकेशन। तो उनके साथ हम लोग दिल्ली घूमते थे, कौन कौन सा स्ट्रेच लेंगे, क्या लेंगे। फिर वो स्ट्रेच हम लोगों ने पायलट प्रोजेक्ट के हिसाब से फाइनल किया कलिंगा स्टेडियम से जयदेव विहार, जो कि बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग था। और वहाँ पे एक खासियत मिला कि एक कॉन्सेप्ट में हम लोग पहले वी गॉट द वर्क, ओके, बट व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड वी वर आस्क्ड टू डू द एग्जीक्यूशन ऑल्सो, बिकॉज शी डिड नॉट वॉन्ट any flaws in the whatever we showed that has to come up in the project. So वो बोले you have to take the project management and you have to get involved in the execution also. So we had to do that. And when we started the work, it was like we could not dig because it was a landscaping project, and then we had to dig the soil at least 6 inches for the lawn. So तो अंदर पूरा जब खुदाई किए तो पूरा पता चला कि नीचे बड़े बड़े पत्थर हैं। तो अरे इतना पत्थर क्या करेंगे। फिर पत्थर को हमने बहुत बड़े बड़े पत्थर निकले, क्या करेंगे। फिर हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट वहीं पे चेंज हुआ, चलो इतना पत्थर को लेके फिर इतना नेचुरल स्टोन्स है तो इसको लेके कुछ करते हैं। तो हम क्या किए, एक वॉकिंग म्यूजियम का कॉन्सेप्ट बनाए। वहाँ पे बहुत पेड़ भी था और लास्ट में पेड़ ख़त्म हो जाते थे जब जयदेव विहार स्क्वायर आता है। तो हम लोगों ने स्टार्ट किया कि फॉरेस्ट से लेके ओएसिस मतलब डेजर्ट, लोगों को एक वॉकिंग म्यूजियम और उनको एक अवेयरनेस मिलेगा कि पेड़ काटने से, डिफॉरेस्टेशन होने से या एनवायरनमेंट इज़ हाउ बैडली इट इज़ अफेक्टेड। तो वो जो पत्थर था हमने एक स्कल्पचर कैंप किया। तो यहाँ पे जो BK कॉलेज ऑफ आर्ट्स है भुवनेश्वर में, उनका स्कल्पचर डिपार्टमेंट है। तो 3 महीना पूरा एक स्कल्पचर कैंप किए वहाँ पे। जितने पत्थर थे क्रेन मंगवाए, वो मंगवाए। वहाँ पे पूरा बड़े बड़े मतलब 20 फीट हाइट 25 फीट हाइट पत्थर थे, इतने मैसिव बोल्डर्स लाइक। तो उनको हम लोग थीम्स दिए कि ये थीम में आपको कार्विंग करना है। उसमें ऐसे पूरा परफेक्ट कार्विंग नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि वो नेचुरल स्टोन्स थे, उसमें ज़्यादा कार्विंग पॉसिबल नहीं था। तो बस हल्का इंस्क्रिप्शन या हल्का कुछ दे के अपना थीम को बिठाना है। तो वेरी ब्यूटिफुल दे हैड डन द स्कल्पचर्स and the entire students, around 40 to 45 students were there, the faculties were there. पूरा वहाँ पे रह के दिन रात वो खुदाई करके बढ़िया बढ़िया सब स्कल्पचर्स किए थे। और जो कि हमने पूरा वहाँ पे लगाया एक एक थीम करके, और अवेयरनेस के लिए, लोगों के अवेयरनेस के लिए कि इको फ्रेंडली मटेरियल्स में साइनेजेस लगाए थे हम लोग, ताकि जब वहाँ पाथवे में जाएंगे पढ़ते जाएंगे कि क्या इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, वो देखेंगे भी। लॉट ऑफ ट्राइबल स्कल्पचर्स, वाटर कास्केट्स, क्योंकि खाली पेड़ लगा देने से, पत्थर लगा देने से भी थोड़ा मोनोटोनस हो जाता है। इंटरेस्टिंग करने के लिए उसको थोड़ा कास्केट्स हम लोग कहीं कहीं पे दिए थे, वो भी सब नेचुरल वे में। पैलियोलिथिक स्टोन में जैसे तुमने देखा होगा 3 जो स्कल्पचर्स होते हैं, वो 3 हम लोग वहाँ पे किए थे और उसमें से वाटरफॉल आ रहा था। कहीं पे एक ट्री से पानी आ रहा था, वो रो रहा है बोल के क्यों चिकाते हो ट्री ट्रंक, वैसे पूरा हम लोग किए थे। और लास्ट को पूरा ओएसिस सैंड दे के पाम, फिनिक्स पाम दिए थे ताकि ओएसिस लगे पूरा और कैसे डेजर्ट लगे। तो बहुत अच्छा था वो काम, और उसके लिए आई गॉट अ नेशनल अवार्ड ऑल्सो for the best landscaping. In 2010, I got the national award. It was very interesting, and for the first time, we initiated this roadside paintings also on the boundary walls. That was the time. So वो स्ट्रेच के बाद फिर हमको बहुत सारा भुवनेश्वर में पूरा एजी स्क्वायर, वाणीविहार स्क्वायर और बाकी सब जगह पे फिर काम मिलना शुरू हो गए कि यहाँ पे रोड ब्यूटिफिकेशन करना है. तो पूरा 2-3 साल हम लोग बहुत एंजॉय किए, डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट में किए. उड़ीसा का कल्चर, उड़ीसा का ट्रेडिशन, उड़ीसा का आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट्स, उड़ीसा के मटेरियल्स को कैसे हम लोग शोकेस कर सकते हैं उसको किए. जैसे कि निर्मल प्लाजा के एयरपोर्ट स्क्वायर में हम लोग लैटेराइट स्टोन में जो सब काम किए थे, जो प्लांटर बेसिस होते हैं ना, ट्री बेसिस, वो पूरा लैटेराइट स्टोन में किए थे. तो लैटेराइट और ग्रीन का कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत अच्छा लगता है. वो टेराकोटा कलर ब्रिक रेड और उसमें ग्रीन, वो बहुत कॉन्ट्रास्ट बहुत अच्छा आता है. फिर कहीं कहीं पे खॉन्डोलाइट स्टोन में, वाणीविहार स्क्वायर में हम लोग खॉन्डोलाइट में काम किए, उसमें कार्विंग करके हमारा जो टेम्पल जो मोटिव्स है ना उसमें करके वहाँ पे रखे. और एजी स्क्वायर में अलग और एक कॉन्सेप्ट में किए थे ताकि नेचुरल कॉन्सेप्ट में. तो ऐसे मतलब हमारा हमेशा आई पर्सनली I am interested, I am inclined towards vernacular architecture, but because that is the most sustainable thing we can do, and it is the most sustainable practice also. So जितना हम अपना चीज़ को प्रमोट करेंगे, अपना चीज़ लोकल स्किल्स होगा, कल्चर ट्रेडिशन, उसको ही शोकेस कैसे कर सकते हैं. It has been always my preference and my priority also. Even till now also, every platform I get an opportunity, I try to use the maximum use of benefit of Odisha and its culture, heritage, everything.
So I first came to Bhubaneswar 7 years back and I've been here since then. तो मैं जब first time यहाँ पे आई थी, what I loved about the city, like you mentioned, heritage, right? That the city implements heritage in different forms, whatever you worked in the terms of murals and everything else. But once I moved here, there's a lot of favorite things for me in terms of from the perspective of an architect or even just another person. So आपका भुवनेश्वर को लेके, what's your favorite memory as a person before you were an architect and after you were an architect? What's that thing that I think everyone loves about Bhubaneswar?
Bhubaneswar is a livable city, I must say, because the climate is good. Nowadays, it's a bit sunny tides or the summer is not going, but still that it is very comfortable. You talk of the roads, you talk of the greenery, you talk of the heritage. It's called the temple city.
Yeah,
we are very proud to have it. And whatever, let it be the urban culture, let it be the heritage, let it be the traditions. Let it, whatever it is, Bhubaneswar has always been a livable city. कोई भी कहाँ पे काम करे, बैंगलोर में, बाहर में, यूएस में, सबको एक फ्लैट यहाँ पे रखेंगे, भुवनेश्वर में घर रहेगा सबका. So that is what is Bhubaneswar.
Yeah, I think I've become one of those people, right? I've gotten quite attached to the place.
Whoever comes to the place, they enjoy. And people, that's why we host so many events over here in Odisha. People love to come to Odisha.
Yeah.
And well, speaking of the Odisha also, see, Odisha में सब कुछ है. आपको बीच के लिए कहीं जाना नहीं पड़ेगा, नेचर के लिए नहीं जाना पड़ेगा, वर्नाकुलर आर्किटेक्चर, ट्राइबल, ये चीज़ देखने के लिए भी कहीं जाना नहीं, सब कुछ यहाँ पे है. हेरिटेज भी है, क्या नहीं है यहाँ पे, सब कुछ मिल. डेजर्ट के अलावा आपको सब कुछ मिल जाएगा. कश्मीर का एक्सपीरियंस भी आप दारिंगबाड़ी में सब जाइए, एक अजी उदयगिरी करके एक गजवती में एक जगह है, वहाँ पे आप मतलब अभी भी temperature would be like 6-7 degrees. Always.
So you have different types of places in one state itself, right? And I think the government is also doing a great job in the tourism. Speaking of events, so you were part of IIA as well, which stands for Indian Institute of Architects, and you guys are organizing an event called PinkPrint, right? So do you want to elaborate? Because I'm extremely fascinated by it. It's, I think, one of the first international conferences for women architects, right? So could you please tell us about it and our viewers as well about it?
Yeah, it's the first ever international conference of women architects by Indian Institute of Architects.
Okay.
Maybe before also many international events have taken place, but IIA is hosting this for the first time, like exclusively something for this PinkPrint event. The PinkPrint is like we have blueprints as our footprint. Blueprints have been the footprints of architects. And we just added a femininity to it by terming it PinkPrint. That is it. And this is just not an event. This entire event would be a celebration. And it would highlight and focus the women fraternity. Like, it would be a celebration kind of thing. It's not an event only for the women. It is for everyone to attend. But the focus would be on women, and the women fraternity will be felt special about it. Because how would we feel special? Who will make us feel special if others are not around?
Yeah.
So the men, kids and students, everyone has to be there to make us feel special.
Of course, yeah.
And it is that. So it's an event for everyone where the women would feel special. So we are promoting this event where we are having many international speakers, national speakers, women speakers, and who have contributed a lot to the society. We are not calling it as a women empowerment event because we are already empowered.
Yeah.
Ladies are already empowered. We should not say that. And who doesn't have challenges? Men also, they have challenges. So speaking like challenges faced by women is not right as per me, because everyone faces challenges. Okay. And ladies are already empowered. So we have termed this simply, it's the contributions and challenges faced in architecture by the women fraternity, but nothing gender specific, no gender biased. It's like inclusiveness and to make the women special.
Like that is to celebrate women, right? And that's a wonderful initiative actually. Also, I saw the logo and it's kind of inspired by temple here. So could you just elaborate? And I think these kind of events, like you said, celebrate, but it also celebrates the place, right? So you're bringing people here and they're going to see how rich the place is in terms of its heritage and all of that. So do you want to elaborate on how you derived that logo?
Yeah, it is very interesting. I must describe it. And we are hosting the event in Bhubaneswar, which is called the Temple City West. And second, it is a women event related to the women fraternity. And third, it is like we need to showcase our culture and all. Okay. So combining all this, we thought of including and getting the inspiration from the Chosut Jogini temple of Bhubaneswar, it is a very tantrum shrine, which has 64 sculptures of yoginis. It's a very religious shrine. It is very important. And the people must know about the structure and the yoginis, what are the sculptures. So bringing just to, like as I told you, to make the event special for the women, the logo also has been specially derived from a woman-centric or feminine-centric temple, which is a Tantam shrine, and it has 64 yoginis. And we have evolved the entire pattern of the logo from the planning and the concept of that temple.
Okay.
So, and that is it. And we would also have heritage walks and sightseeing tours in this event also. Like we will always like all these delegates to have a round of the city to have a beautiful experience of this local culture and tradition and the heritage which we have. And so not only we have evolved the logo, but we are making it a point. We will take all the delegates to the Chosut Yogini temple and make them feel how the logo has been derived.
Okay.
That is a part of this event also.
That's wonderful. I think architecture, culture, heritage, all of these are interlinked, and there's always a way to make sure that one leads to educating the other part as well. How architecture actually teaches people about the past, the culture, and as an architect or even as an urban planner, how do you think we can adapt to abhi jo hamara modernization ho raha hai with, contemporary designs coming in? And you mentioned about how you like vernacular architecture and you worked actually a lot in that field. So how do you think as architects, urban planners, or even as people, it is, how can we incorporate these traditions into our daily life?
I would suggest you, we always have this Adivasi Mela from 26th January it remains for 10 or 15 days. You must go and have an experience of they built the houses in 4-5 days. All the tribal houses, no, of all the particular tribes, they do it. They construct it in 4-5 days. So we must learn the technology. We can adapt it here. And we personally have adapted so many sustainable practices like vernacular. We have been inspired from the vernacular technology. There's waterfront development at Barkul near Chilika. We have constructed everything with bamboo structures that easily goes with the nature. And the vernacular architecture is used. You cannot just place a building out of focus. To focus it, you cannot. It has to match with the context. It cannot stand out of the context. So we already have nature, and we cannot go into so much of contemporary practice which will go out of the context. And the context is vernacular, is green.
Yeah.
So whatever we design, even in small residence or a space or a landscaping or a town planning or a city planning or urban design, it has to go with the nature. It's a context.
Anyway, speaking of IIA, you've been a part of it for more than 12 years. And I believe that these kind of organizations help create a lot of awareness within the profession and also about the profession to the outside world. So can you share your experiences about how promoting the profession has been in IIA?
Architecture is all about exposure. You being confined to your workplace like other professions, and you cannot be an architect.
Yeah.
You can be an architect. You cannot be a good architect or an architect, I must say. IIA has been a platform, and it has given us so many opportunities, and not to me, of course, to all the members and all. It is a very nice platform for a good networking and knowledge sharing also, expertise exchange, because you got involved with me, you discussed it with me, and then you came to know what I am doing or what all projects I am doing. So unless I mix with my fraternity, unless I know what others are doing, how they are presenting, it's all about the presentation also. And day by day, every day, lot of new technologies and new invention, new discoveries come up, new materials come up. You need to be updated with everything daily. So unless you get exposed to the outside world, to all the other architects and to the material industry, and even the students also get a platform to learn from us. This is a platform we give to the students and to the architects as well. Because when events happen, lot many delegates from other states, from internationally also, we get many good speakers, we get more delegates, we get to know each other. Maybe that is a very good platform where we can avail this joint venture kind of thing. Supposing in my city there is a work coming up wherein I don't qualify for the project. But if I have a contact with any architect of a different city whose turnover or whose criteria matches, then with a JV we can apply for a project. Okay, and this is the platform which IIA gives you. It is all about exposure, how you are exposed to, and this is for the architects. And we also learn from the speakers, those who present us in the technical sessions. We learn from their documentation, their way of presentation, and what all they have used, their design approach and all. Maybe we are not aware of anything. No, knowledge is unlimited kind of thing. So this is a platform where we get to learn about so many things. And in events also, like event is an excuse, but through this event, supposing in Rajasthan Architecture Festival we went, apart from the technical sessions also which we enjoyed, we explored Rajasthan also. This is an opportunity to travel other places, to get to know about others' culture, heritage, everything you get to know. And it increases your expertise and knowledge.
Yeah, that.
And for the students, always IIA Odisha Chapter, we have been doing a lot of things. We have been organizing continuously workshops and competitions. There has always been inter-college competitions, and this 5-6 months back, for the first time maybe in the country, we had organized Evolve Design Workshop, wherein many students from all the colleges they have participated all over Odisha, from starting from NIT, Rourkela, VSSU, Tibulla, CET, Shri, every college, from Cuttack, Bhubaneswar also. There, the workshop was being conducted by the local architects, practicing architects. It was a very good opportunity for the students to get to know and get to be mentored directly by the practicing architects, where you don't get such a platform, because when normally we go for internship or we go to work with the architects, we don't get a time to be mentored by the architect,
One-on-one.
But this was a very nice platform, and for each of the groups we had 3 mentors, very good practicing architects. They mentored them, and even it was a vice versa kind of thing. The architects also got a good platform for their recruitment for their offices. Okay, so
Yeah.
it was a two-way communication.
Yeah.
So that was very nicely done, and I think all those chapters and all, they should come up with these things with awareness. First, the awareness of architecture as a profession, and this like students, professionals interface is a must,
Yeah.
because not all the colleges they afford or they bring these practicing architects into the curriculum or to the academics. They don't. These practicing architects also, they don't get a platform to go to the colleges and teach or share their knowledge, whatever they have experienced or their professional career and all. They don't get a platform to share it. But these platforms and all, we should develop so that there is an interface and students also get the knowledge.
So you have very strong leadership skills, and you've been a part of the fraternity for a very long time. And recently, like I mentioned, you've been elected as the representative of the Eastern Zone and the Council of Architecture, something that's a huge, huge achievement. So how has your experience been, and what are you doing right now for as a representative of the Eastern Zone?
I'm very privileged to be elected as the Eastern Zone representative from IIA to the Council of Architecture. I'll be representing 5 states, Bihar, Assam, Jharkhand, Odisha and West Bengal. So it has always been my passion to work for the fraternity. I have been the advocate of the profession since the beginning of my career. Let it be the issues of the fraternity or whatever, I have always taken it to the highest platform. I have fought with the government. I have taken it to the media and everywhere. Even for the local public also, I conducted an awareness program for the public. They should be aware of this. People get harassed. They buy a property and they are not able to construct a building over that because not many issues are there. So we need to make the public aware before they purchase a site or purchase a flat. What all things they need to know. That also I have been a advocate for that. I wanted that public should know about certain things. And for the profession and fraternity, I've always fought. And I thought that why restrict to the state itself? I should be the representative or be the advocate for the whatever best platform I can get. I have already requested the entire fraternity, all the members, and I had been to Patna recently to address the students and the fraternity over there and to listen their issues and all, so that I can take it up to the Council of Architecture. And you being an architect and others also, I would say that we as architects, we are facing a lot of problems because of our services are not yet recognized, because like anyone can practice architecture. It is that whoever practices architecture are architects, but it is not specified in the Architects Act 1972. Our services are not recognized. So my now focus is that the Architects Act should be amended. So whatever discussions, whatever debates, whatever issues, professional issues are going on, it's just because of the flaw in the Architects Act 1972, where our services are not protected. So anyone can practice architecture, and this is the basic thing. So as I said, that I will try to come up with the issues, and I will take it to the Council of Architecture to resolve it. Also, we will try from Council of Architecture, we will try that in the coming days, or as soon as possible, we will try for the amendment of Architects Act 1972, so that many of the problems and issues faced by the fraternity is solved.
I think you will be a wonderful voice for it. And again, congratulations. It's a huge achievement.
It has with the support from my entire fraternity and my friends at all.
Yeah.
And the blessings of my seniors, parents.
Yeah.
I'm obliged to all of them. Indeed, I'm indebted.
Yeah. So it's actually wonderful about how, like I said, a woman doing this right now. I mean, I don't think they would imagine a woman representing an entire eastern zone 20, 30 years back, right?
First time, someone from Odisha represented.
Yeah, that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And honestly, I have a lot of questions to ask you. There's so much to learn from you. Like you said, learning is a never-ending process. You have so much to learn from everyone around you. And I think this conversation with you has taught me a lot of things, and there's so much to take in for both me and the audience. I'm sure they also have a lot of questions, and they can ask us questions in the comment section below, and I'm sure you will take your time from your busy schedule to answer it. So I would like to end this episode. Like I said, advice from you is something that I look forward to, and from this conversation, I'm sure everyone looks forward to. So what advice would you give our audience? And I think our audience is going to be people who are practicing architects, who are budding architects, studying in college, or people who are trying to get into the field of architecture, even people in general. Because I think people in architecture are, again, linked, right? So what advice would you give these people?
I would request everyone to love architecture. Whatever you are into, may it be profession, may it be architecture, may it be engineering, be it any other humanities, profession or whatever. When you are interested in that particular sector or the branch, you will excel. And that is what is to all of you. Architecture is a very interesting subject. There is no other profession like architecture, I would say.
100.
I am proud of my profession. I am proud of the fraternity. That is it. That is this is the best awareness to everyone.
Wonderful advice, actually. Anyway, ma'am, thank you for making time for us, and it's been wonderful talking to you. So thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Nice at it.